All right, got to reconnect. Is the charm. Third time is typically the charm. All right, we are live on YouTube. How's everybody doing today? How are y'all doing today? Can you folks hear me and see me clearly? What a day it's been already. Oh man, I'm seeing my video like acting a little choppy right now. I'm hoping that fixes itself. I think it's going to. All right, it looks like it fixed itself. Can you folks hear me and see me clearly? Got 9 people in the box to start things off. We already have 6 thumbs up. Get those thumbs up, folks. It definitely helps the channel head in the right direction. 10 people in the box right now. We have a very, very good topic to discuss here today. A very good topic to discuss. Anybody going to chat? We've got 11 people in the box. We've got 17 people in the box right now. I jumped up. Hey, Warrior Spirit, how are you doing? Can you hear me and see me clearly? Let me know. I know there are some spots here at the park where I typically do these streams that get a little bit of bad reception. And it's not because the cell coverage is bad here. It's because there are some overhead power lines that interfere. Audio and visual clear. How you doing, brother? What's going on today? You're the first one to say hello. You've become a Coach Eli faithful, haven't you? Who else is here in the house today? Who else is here right now? I feel pretty good today, folks. I have to tell you right off the bat. I have to tell you once again right off the bat that if there's something you want in life, you have to keep on trying and pushing forward until you get it. Because even when sometimes things seem impossible, next thing you know, something happens and it changes your life. And it makes all of the hard work and frustration that you went through to accomplish it more worth it, right? How many of you out there have wanted something so badly in your life? Whether it's to find true love, get that dream job, start your own business and make it successful. How many of you have wanted something in life and wanted to accomplish something in life? And you kept trying and trying and trying and trying and trying. You kept on failing. But after failing 100 times, the 101st time, magically, it happened. And how many of you out there gave up after the 100th failure right before you were going to accomplish success? That's what happens to many people. They give up. They're about to give up. And then the magic happens, right? So I'm not doing a second live stream last night. I was dealing with some things behind the scenes regarding the channel. And then I just decided to relax. I've been going pretty hard lately between my day job and doing 2 live streams here. And, talking on the phone a lot with people on YouTube and some things happening in my personal life too. So I needed to give my voice a rest. Even though I have a lot of energy and passion and I can talk all day and all night, vocal cords are vocal cords. And you got to rest them no matter, how strong of a person you feel you are or how strong you feel your vocal cords are. They get tired after a while and you have to rest. Warrior Spirit, do me a favor. Can you please moderate the chat? And we want to keep it nothing but positive here. Any negativity gets banned immediately without notice. If someone wants to respond constructively and give constructive feedback, then that's fine. But if people are going to come here to attack, they're gone. No mercy. This is becoming a drama-free zone. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to raise awareness about people in other communities causing drama on their end. Doesn't mean I'm a drama sphere here. It means I'm just reporting the news and raising awareness. But this is a drama-free zone. And if you're going to come in here and be an instigator and create drama, you're going to be ejected. If not by me, the channel owner, or one of my moderators, if they beat me to it, they'll get you first. So many insecure people in this world, they haven't had enough of me. They can't stand the fact that my channel is becoming successful and I'm heading in the right direction, and because they've got nothing else better to do, they like to project their insecurities onto me. Hey, Queen Helen Casey, how you doing? Hello, Eli in chat. Thank you so much for being here. Anyway, and I also don't want to know, I'm assuming that I'm being simulcasted again by that other channel. And I'm not worried about it right now because I'm handling that behind the scenes. That channel that seems to think that they can simulcast me and other people can continue doing now without repercussion. Sir, your day will come. I'm going to make sure of it. So keep doing what you're doing. Just know when you get what you have coming, don't come crying at me saying I didn't warn you.
Hey, what's your YouTube channel?
Same thing happened to many other people that did the same thing you're doing now, sir. So you got your warning, but you're a cocky guy. You're a cocky, insecure guy. I'm not going to mention your channel name and give you notoriety here. Not at this point. Not until it makes sense for me to do so. But you're a cocky guy with around 100 subscribers that's doing long live streams, simulcasting other people's content. Sir, why don't you create your own original content like I do? Nothing wrong with doing a reaction video every now and then, but all you do is do reaction videos to other people's content, and you're not a good, reaction video person in the first place. You don't do good reaction videos. You are not good. All you do is talk a bunch of smack. That's all you do. You're an insecure dude. You're very insecure. And yeah, I'm talking about you. I heard you talking about me on your stream yesterday. I went back and saw some of the replay. And if that gets you off, then so be it. But I was laughing the entire time and saying to myself, man, this guy's really insecure. He's projecting his insecurities onto me. He wishes he could be me. I've got 2.6K subs and growing. I've got a real audience here. And where my numbers are at right now, I'm more than sure he's simulcasting me again. But that's going to end. Trust me, it's going to end. I'm already working with creator support to get his entire channel shut down for spam and deceptive practices and copyright infringement. And it's not just me. There are many other creators that I've reached out to because he's been stealing their content as well. Anyway, enough of that. Enough of that. All right, folks, let's get right to it here. And let me come on the other side because there's some people over there. And this side typically gets better reception. Smash the like button for Eli. Thank you, Queen. All right, welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition. This is episode number 35, and we are live once again from Red Morton Park in beautiful Redwood City, California, where I live. And today, we have a very interesting topic to discuss. Let me get out of the way. This car's going to run me over. All right. Thanks for honking. People love it when they see me with the selfie stick and the microphone. It's all good. Today, we're going to be discussing master manipulators. How to identify them and avoid them. We're going to be discussing master manipulators, how to identify them and avoid them. Because in life, you're going to deal with a lot of master manipulators. And let me tell you, they're good. They're really good. And manipulation happens in all aspects of life. Now, in most cases, manipulation happens in dating relationships between men and women. It's typically the man manipulating the woman to believe he's something that he's not. He tries to get her to believe that he's exactly what she wants in a man to try to get one thing. A piece of ass. That's it. There are many men out there like that. That's one aspect. There are more aspects of manipulation. If you've ever been an entrepreneur and you've tried to join forces and become business partners with someone, there are some people that will lead you to believe that going into business with them is going to benefit you and them equally, when in essence it more so benefits them. I've been a part of that a time or two in my life, including out here on YouTube. Okay? And then there's online manipulation, which is what's happened to me out here on my channel, where you have people out there, and I'm going to try to not mention their names today, like the people that have been trolling me and harassing me and stalking me and doing live streams about me from the other side, where these people basically are running around trying to steal my audience and lead my audience to believe and manipulate my audience to believe that I'm a bad person, so it stunts my growth, and then they go over to the bad side and help them attack me on the good side. Me being on the good side. So manipulation runs deep. Today I'm talking about master manipulation because most people, when they get manipulated one time or two times, they end up realizing that they're being manipulated, and they can start to identify when someone is manipulating them, right? But the master manipulators take it one step further and realize that because most people have been manipulated a few times, are going to be much more difficult to convince to further manipulate. So that's why I call these people master manipulators, because they can manipulate people that can already identify manipulation. They're that good. These people are that good to the point of where even people that have been taken advantage of in the past that are looking for behaviors that stem from manipulators, these master manipulators are able to even convince these people as well. And that's why I want to do this video, this stream here today, is to share with you folks what to look for in a master manipulator, how to identify them, and how to avoid them. Because believe me, you get caught up with a master manipulator, it's very hard to break away. It's very hard to break away, especially if you're out here on YouTube and you're being manipulated and you run a YouTube channel like I do, and the person manipulating you is another YouTuber. And because YouTube doesn't always respond to people that flag down videos for inappropriate content, these people are able to get away with their manipulative games for quite some time before any action, if any action, is taken. So sometimes you can't even avoid it. You just have to ignore it. Now we got 26 in the box, 7 thumbs up. Let's see. Team build with Geo. Yes, they are good. Shaking my head. Who else is here right now? Hello, had a grip on life. Saw the title, had to stop in. Hey, Team build with Geo. How are you doing? What do you like about the title? The fact that there are master manipulators out there that are taking advantage of people. And we need to raise awareness to the people that can't identify those manipulative tactics as easily as maybe you and I can, and support them and have their back. Dominique Smith, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. And that's where Team Build with Geo says, yes, they are good. Shaking my head. So let's go one by one. I mentioned 3 different aspects where a master manipulator, I can't even talk, where a master manipulator plays his or her games. Now, for example purposes, I'm going to talk about a man being a master manipulator. Now, I'm not saying that women can't be master manipulators. They can, and they have been, but more so men behave this way from what I've noticed than women. So why would a man feel the need to manipulate a woman into getting a date with her? Why can't he just be himself? Why does he have to pretend to be something he's not and lead her to believe that he's everything that she wants in a man? Because, number one, that man's very insecure. And number two, they lack self-confidence. So they have to go in there and run a game to try to lead the woman to believe that this is what they're going to get out of being in a relationship with this type of person. Give me a second here. Sandra Palacio, welcome to the show because he's a loser. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And typically those guys that are master manipulators and they're running game, pretending to be something they're not, are after one thing. They're looking for a one-night stand. Or maybe they're looking for, a couple of dates of sex, right? Or as long as the woman sleeps with the guy. Then the moment that she catches on, then they go and play their game on somebody else, right? Why do these guys play those games? Like I said, they're insecure, they're immature, they don't have their shit together. They're not stable, whether it's financial or emotional, and they know that they're not worthy of being in a relationship. And rather than working on themselves and bettering themselves before they put themselves out there to try to get to know a woman for the right reasons, they take the shortcut and say, well, I haven't had any in a while, and I just want to get a piece of ass. And the only way I can get a piece of ass nowadays is to try to manipulate a woman to believe I want to be with her and that I'm everything she wants in a man, financially, mentally, and emotionally, and even spiritually, right? And a lot of these guys, I have friends that used to play this game, and some still do. They're very good. They are very, very good at selling themselves to any woman to lead them to believe there's something they're not. So how do you identify that, ladies? And if it's on the flip side, if a woman's doing that to you guys, how do you identify that? We'll get to that in a second. Let me see the chat here. Sandra says, hi, Eli. Hi, chat. Team build with Geo. Tell it. Insecure, no confidence. Yep. Sandra once again says because he's a loser. Hello, Sandra. Welcome. Insecure 100% says warrior spirit. Queen says, hi, Sandra. Warrior Spirit says, on YouTube, the manipulation I have seen is pure lying to subscribers for views and money rather than being themselves, they are very insecure to just not be themselves. And Team Build with Geo says that's so sad. We'll get to the YouTube thing here in just a little bit. I'm about to finish my first lap at the park. We got 27 in the box right now, 8 thumbs up. Let's get the thumbs up, folks. Get the thumbs up. So yeah, you have guys out there that instead of working on themselves and bettering themselves, they want to shortcut the process, pretend to be something they're not, just to have a one-night stand or maybe two-night stand, right? And I've had friends of mine that used to play this game, right? And when they were younger and they knew they weren't ready for a relationship, but they led the woman on to believe they were, they started, sleeping with this woman a few times. And then they told me, dude, I didn't expect this to happen, but started really liking this chick. She's really cool. I really like her. They start getting emotionally connected, right? And next thing you know, oh, they're screwed. You know why? Because that woman's going to want to see where they lived. That woman's going to want to know what they do for a living. That woman's going to want to know all this stuff, right? And if you don't have all your ducks in a row, that woman's going to eventually find out everything. And then she will leave you. And if you're starting to get emotionally connected with a woman at that point, despite your intentions initially being to only get in their pants, it's going to hurt you as a man. I've seen this happen time and time again. So my advice to you guys, work on yourselves, fix yourself first, and then put yourself out there. Now, if you're just looking for a one-night stand, there may be some women out there that are looking for that. Be honest in what you're seeking. If you just want sex, say it. I just want sex. I'm just looking for friends with benefits. Be honest. But don't lie to good women that are honestly looking for relationships and tell them that's what you want when you just want to use it for sex a few nights. Because when they go through a few bad experiences with guys like that, and then they come to me where I'm looking for the real deal, they're going to question me. Are you like the other guys? Do you just want sex? No. Well, how can I believe you? Well, that's because that's what I'm saying. That's who I am. All I have is my word. Then I say, let me guess. The last 3 guys you hung out with used you for one-night stands. Yeah, how'd you know? Well, that's how a lot of guys are nowadays. They're very insecure and immature. And they're just not stable financially, mentally, and emotionally. They're not. It annoys me because the bad guys also affect the good guys from being believable, even though we are being honest. Hey, Alex the Beer Master, how you doing, bro? Team Build with Geo, process too long for them. Yep. Well, it's not even that, dude. It's not even worth starting a relationship with a woman when you know you're not financially, mentally, and emotionally ready for it. If you don't have your shit together, it's not going to work out. I've seen guy friends of mine that didn't have their shit together, manipulate a woman, get a date, then they started dating them, and then they started really liking them, and then after 3 months, the woman broke up with them because they found out the true colors, that this guy is a broke loser and is a complete liar and a phony and doesn't have his stuff together. In essence, as a man, you're hurting yourself more so in that situation, especially if you get emotionally attached. And men do get emotionally attached. We do. To you guys out there that think men don't have emotions and we don't get emotionally attached to women, we do. And when we get emotionally attached, when we give our emotion, it's permanent. And then, when the woman leaves us because we're the ones that lied to her in the first place, we get hurt because she figured out our game, even though we started to really like her. Remember, initially, it was about a game to just get a piece of ass, right? Hey, Gorilla Bear Tech, how you doing, brother? Welcome to the show. How's it going, man? We've got 28 in the box right now, 11 thumbs up. Let's get those thumbs up, folks. Let's get 20 thumbs up right now. Let's get those thumbs up to 20. How is the audio and the video, folks? Still running pretty good for the most part today? Let me know. Yeah, this windscreen here, the dead cat little furry ball here, has made all the difference. I've gone back to watch all the replays of my shows, and they've sounded really, really nice and crisp and with very minimal to zero wind noise, even in high wind areas. Clear, no glitches, good. Gorilla Bear Tech says, good, just had a shawarma burrito. What is that? Can you tell me what that is? Gorilla Bear Tech, aka GBT. Hey, Keith Farrell, how you doing, bro? Keith, I should be around to talk tomorrow, man. I got busy again today. I had a really, really busy morning. I was occupied with a lot of things today. It's just been very crazy lately. It's a Middle Eastern version of a burrito. Oh, okay. I can't even pronounce that. And I'm Greek. Greeks and the Middle Eastern people are very similar. You know, us Europeans and people from the Middle East, you know. We're very similar with our cultures and our values, right? Right, GBT? Correct me if I'm wrong. We've talked about this privately before. It's all good. Now, let me briefly talk about business manipulators. People that are master manipulators when they're trying to make a business deal with you. This primarily happens for entrepreneurs or people that are looking to invest in a certain business venture, right? This is where you got to be really, really careful. Whether you're dealing with people out here on YouTube that you're trying to make a business deal with, such as a sponsor, a collab with another YouTuber, or whether you see an infomercial on TV or hear one on the radio, you got to listen to and read the fine print. And I will guarantee you that, especially with the business dealings regarding infomercials and things like that, things of that nature, there's a lot of fine print. And one of the aspects of the fine print typically states no results are guaranteed. Your investment is non-refundable. You've got to be very, very careful and know what you're getting into and know the risk when you go into any business venture with somebody or do a collab with somebody that's a business agreement. It's pretty cut and dry when it comes to dealing with things you see on TV, you know, things that are done by major corporations. But when you're dealing with individuals, this is where it gets a little tricky, where people need to be a little bit more careful. When you're dealing with individuals, okay, let me get out of the way here real quick. Okay, we're good. When you're dealing with individuals, also known as sole proprietors, self-employed entrepreneurs like myself, or even YouTubers. I'm a YouTuber. And part of what I feel is going to make myself and any other YouTuber successful is collaboration, and also maybe making some business deals with other creators out here. And I've tried to do that in the past. And I've also seen many other creators try to make deals in the past. But they do it the wrong way and they get screwed every single time. You know why? Because they do what's called a gentleman's handshake, No, dude, we don't need a contract. Dude, we've known each other for a while. I'm not going to screw you over, dude. I'm not going to screw you over. Just shake on it, dude. How can you even shake on it? You're like on YouTube, clear across the country from the person you want to shake hands with. What do we do, a digital handshake? One thing I recommend, or highly recommend, that you do is get a legal contract, get a legally binding contract regarding any business deal you make, whether it's YouTube or in any other capacity when you're dealing with other sole proprietors like myself or self-employed entrepreneurs. Never, ever, ever, ever put your money at risk on a gentleman's handshake. It doesn't mean shit nowadays. The gentleman's handshake doesn't mean anything. If you agree with me that the gentleman's handshake doesn't mean anything, let me know. We've got 36 in the box right now. Let's see. Keith Farrell says, I'm doing awesome, Eli. I hope you're doing well, sir. Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you so much, man. Much appreciated. I'm sure even Greeks make something similar. We don't make burritos, dude. We make gyros. We make gyros. Let me see here. I'm trying to scroll the chat without blocking the entire camera like I've done on previous shows and be aware of my surroundings at the same time. Gorilla Bear Tech says, yes, sir. Sandra Palacio says, if the lying that is hurtful, it is the lying that is hurtful. If I knew a guy I was seeing was not working for whatever reason, I'd appreciate the honesty. If he was not doing something about it for a while, then I'm stupid to stay. Sorry. So Sandra, let me ask you a question. If you put yourself, out there on online dating, I'm assuming you use online dating. Pretty much everyone does nowadays, right? And you meet a dude and he comes out to you and says, okay, I'm not working right now. I'm staying with a friend of mine, or I moved back into my folks' place or my grandparents' place or something, right? If he were to come out and tell you that, and then he were to say, well, but I'm working on getting back on my feet, would you give him the time of day? I don't think so. I don't think you would. So that's where you have to look for these situations where these guys that are not where they should be or need to be are going to try to lead you to believe that they are there, so you give them the time of day and maybe a piece of ass. Right? That's what you have to be careful on, and you have to look for that. You got to ask a lot of questions when you're first meeting someone. Warrior Spirit says, be right back. Friends of family, get it on paper. Yep, I agree, Keith. Get everything on paper. Get it all written down. And get it legally bound. Get a contract, says Team Build with Geo. Absolutely, exactly, Team Build. I agree, Eli, says Keith. Warrior Spirit, always get a contract. I went into business with two friends and both screwed me over. So you had no contract, right, dude? A handshake doesn't mean a thing, says Queen Helen Casey. I completely agree with you. It doesn't mean shit anymore. Holly Nash, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone has had a great day. How you doing, Holly? Welcome to the show. Santa Palacio, living in California, I can understand that. No, and so can I, Sandra, but you got to understand that I don't think people should put themselves out into the dating world unless they are financially, mentally, and emotionally stable enough. Now, I'm not saying you have to be exactly where you want to be, but you should be able to take care of yourself at least at a minimal level. You should be able to support yourself. If you can't support yourself, especially if you're a man, right? I could see women a little bit different because, women, until they got liberated 55 years ago, they were dependent on a man for support. But even nowadays for women, like women are working. And some guys won't give a woman the time of day if she's not financially, mentally, and emotionally stable enough, right? Same thing. Same exact thing. I'm going to move over here for a second. I'll let that person go ahead of me. They were coming pretty fast at my speed, and I didn't want them behind me in the video. Now that they moved, I'll get back on course. 36 in the box right now. Thank you so much for being here. 12 thumbs up. So yeah, I honestly feel that people should sort themselves out and be mentally, emotionally, and financially stable before they put themselves out there. The problem is people want intimacy, and they want even a false sense of being with somebody to comfort them every now and then. It's a natural feeling. So that's why I feel a lot of people do it, but it's still not the right thing to do. And it's going to end up hurting you more than the temporary satisfaction it gives you. You know what I mean? Food Forest, Permaculture, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. No contract with friends, just an agreement, Eli. Friends are the ones that are going to screw you over the most, bro. I think you realize that. Friends will be the first ones to screw you over. And then they expect you to understand when they did it, which is even more icing on top of the cake to frustrate you. Yeah, I get it, dude. I totally get it. So yeah, folks, the moral of the story when it comes to, master manipulators regarding business agreements, you got to be very careful, because people are going to try to lead you to believe that if you go into business with them, they're going to triple your income. They're going to try to give you every line in the book, and then they're going to even try to show you examples to make it seem believable. That's what a master manipulator does. A master manipulator is going to show you examples that are not typical regarding the results. That's what they do. And how do you avoid that? Take this phrase and always run with it. You've heard it before. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Doesn't mean it is, but it probably is. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably more than likely is. Now, in some cases, it may be legit. But even if it's legit and it still sounds too good to be true, you need to look further into it. You need to ask questions, ask for a contract to be written and signed, ask to read the fine print of the contract, dot all your I's and cross all your T's, or you will get screwed. Just be real careful. Use common sense. Now, the last aspect of master manipulators I'm going to talk about are the online manipulators, especially out here on YouTube. I've never seen more master manipulators anywhere in my entire life than the online world, but primarily out here on YouTube. And that's because of the way the platform is made to be. It's a video platform where I believe over 500 hours of video are uploaded every minute. Over 500 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every single minute. So it's very hard to manage. And because it's hard to manage, and in many cases, even if you flag these videos for inappropriate content or for copyright infringement, it takes YouTube a long time to get to it. Sometimes they get to it right away, but most times it takes them a while. If they ever get to it, if they ever do something about it, even if it's legitimate. And these master manipulators out here know that, and they're playing the system. And that's why I've talked a lot about my haters and trolls out here, because they're all master manipulators, especially with what they've done to myself to try to destroy my brand and my audience. They basically can take words out of my mouth and do some fancy editing and then say some fancy words while they're playing a video that they did some fancy editing on and paint me as a bad guy when I'm not. And there are many people out here that, I'll just put it politely, aren't on the right track enough to realize that. Another game of the master manipulator. Part of a master manipulator's tactics online, especially out here on YouTube, is to prey on weak-minded people. It's to prey on people that are easily manipulated, that are very vulnerable and gullible. Again, I have to tell you folks out there, if you encounter people like this, the way you're going to be able to identify it is, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. If someone comes out of the blue and offers you something that's unusual, you got to question it. You got to ask questions, and you got to dig deep and think to yourself, is this person being genuine or not? It is chilly out here today. I got to tell you, I've got my gloves on. Thank you again, Holly Nash, for buying me these gloves with your donation last week or the week before. It is pretty chilly. I'm layered up. And it's tolerable, but I can even still feel my hands. These aren't the thickest gloves, by the way. I had to get thick enough gloves to keep me somewhat warm, but also to be able to use the touchscreen on my iPhone. These are touchscreen gloves, so if they were any thicker, then the touchscreen would not recognize my finger through these gloves. It is a bit cloudy out today. Yeah, the sun was out a little bit earlier, which is why I have my sunglasses on. It's still bright enough for me to have these on, but the sun's going to start going down pretty soon. I'm going to take one more lap, then I'm going to wrap this up, and I'm going to be back more than likely for a night stream tonight. I'm not going to guarantee it because I said I would definitely be back last night, and I ended up not doing a show. Like I said, some things came up that I didn't expect regarding my channel, and I had some other things to take care of behind the scenes. But yeah, does anybody have any questions regarding master manipulators? Does anyone have any experiences dealing with master manipulators, whether online, offline, in the business world? If you've been manipulated by a master manipulator before, press 1. If you've been manipulated by a master manipulator before, press 1. Warrior Spirit, Food and Adventures Life. You have a live on your channel going on now. Are you aware you're live with no content showing? Really? Wow. Maybe they're trying to get artificial watch time doing that. And if that's what you're doing, when you get reviewed for monetization, they're going to look at that and they will disqualify you. You got to earn your watch hours the right way and get monetized the right way. Santa Palacio, those people are trollers in the worst way. If you've never watched the show, catch one. Which show are you talking about? Been a pleasure to be here, and thank you kindly at A Grip on Life for sharing. Much love and respect. Bye for now. Well, thanks for stopping by. Nice to see you. Hope to see you again soon. Senator Palacio, Dominique, he hasn't shown that characteristic to us. On the contrary, he's what, Sandra? Warrior Spirit says 1. Keith Farrell says, making them feel like they've won. It is easy to reverse it. Team Bill with Geo says 1. Keith Farrell says 1. Sandra says, I got kicked out. What are the ones for? If you've ever been manipulated by a master manipulator, Sandra, press 1. That's what I was asking. Have a great night at Food Forest, says Keith Farrell. We had a troll come in. They got banned by Queen Helen Casey. Another troll. It's probably Mr. O coming back again. He can't get enough of me. Team build with Geo. That's how you learn. That's how you grow from it and you recognize it when people try to do it to you. That's right. After a while, team build with Geo, if you've been manipulated a couple of times, you're going to be a little bit more guarded, per se. Doesn't mean you shut yourself off, because you don't want to close yourself off to not experiencing what you want to experience in life. But you're going to be a little bit more careful, and you're going to be able to recognize, the behavior of a manipulator easier. But that's when the master manipulators come in and know that you've already been manipulated by standard manipulators, and they amp up the game. So in essence, they have to convince you that they are not a manipulator because they know you've already been manipulated. You get the hint there? Get the point? And I'll just mention, that's where guys like J.B. Gunner come in. J.B. Gunner is a master manipulator, because everybody that he's encountered has been manipulated. So he has to be a master manipulator to offset that and lead people to believe that he's not like those manipulators when he's worse. You got to be careful when it comes to these people. Got 32 in the box right now, 13 thumbs up. $32 in the box. Now we got 29 in the box, fluctuating. Hey, Terry's GG&G, welcome to the show. There are many master manipulators as there are masters in the world. You're probably right. That's why you got to be careful. You got to be careful. You have to learn how to identify them, and then you have to just basically avoid them. Ignore them, avoid them. Master manipulators are always going to be manipulators, whether you call them out or not. I've been calling out J.B. Gunner for the last 3 years almost. And stopped them from being a master manipulator. So what's the best way to not deal with a dude like that? You ignore them, because they're going to keep on doing their game. That's what they do. That's what they're always going to do, right? But as long as you can identify it, it's up to you if you want to partake in what he's doing or not. That's on you, right? That's totally on you. Terry, here is your cocoa nut, says Queen Helen Casey. Laughing my ass off, says Terry's GG&G at Santa Palacio. I am the master manipulator of cocoa nuts. Well, that sounds pretty dandy, dude. That sounds pretty cool, man. Terry's GG&G, you are the man, dude. Got a lot of love for you. A lot of love for you, man. Thank Warrior Spirit for hiding the troll, not me. All right. Okay. Team Bill with Geo. Yes, be more careful. Well, I amp my game too. I am not about that life, and I know how people are. I don't hang with people that are like that. Oh, I understand that. And neither do I. Team Bill with Geo. The problem is sometimes it is next to impossible to avoid them, especially if they're out here on YouTube and they're another content creator. Okay? For the reasons I mentioned earlier, because even if you flag down their videos for copyright infringement or violating community guidelines, such as, hate speech and vulgar language, inappropriate content, cyberbullying and harassment. Sometimes it takes YouTube a lot of time to respond to, those flags. And most of the time, they don't do anything about it, which further fuels the behavior of these master manipulators to continue doing what they're doing. So sometimes, no matter what you do to try to ignore them and avoid them, they keep doing what they're doing. You just have to stop feeding into them. You just have to stop letting them affect you. That's all you can do. And that's part of their game. They know the system. A lot of these master manipulators, they know the system and they know exactly how far they can push it and what they can get away with. That's what they do. That's why they're master manipulators. They know how to beat the system. They know how to push it right to the line and not cross it. In essence, they have crossed it, but they know how far they can cross the line before they really get in trouble. That's what they do. Yes, it is hard to avoid them, says Team L with Geo. Smash the like button for Eli, says Queen Helen Casey. Sandra says, some people don't realize how these manipulators work. They keep you close and make it seem they are opening up and exposing themselves as being vulnerable. Yeah, that's JB Gunner. I know who you're talking about. I know you're mentioning that for example purposes, but that's JB Gunner 100%. I mean, that's the best example I can think of, so I'm going to mention him. People like him, they're master manipulators. They prey on people's weaknesses and vulnerabilities. Instead of uplifting them and being supportive, he preys, P-R-E-Y, on their vulnerabilities. And then reels them in to get them to believe he's someone that he's not. So that way, when it comes time to ask for donations, these people will donate money to him. In my opinion, it's a scam. It's a total scam. He's a shill. That's what a shill does. A shill is going to prey on people's emotions and weaknesses and vulnerabilities to extract their resources. And he's also a hypocrite because he blames women for doing the same thing, this modern world of feminism, yet he's doing the same thing to other people. You, in essence, JB Gunner, you are a radical feminist yourself. You are. It's my opinion. I'm entitled to it. It's the truth, Sandra. Sandra's doing the clap. Yeah, because she knows I'm right. She knows. I know you were talking about JB. Yep. Warrior Spirit, I was going to say those people need to be avoided and ignored for the insecure, petty people they are. Absolutely. They are very insecure and they're very petty. But the bottom line is anyone can be petty, Warrior Spirit, whether they're insecure or not. These people that behave like JB Gunner, that are master manipulators and do all this trolling, it all boils down to one thing. They're very insecure within themselves because they feel they're lacking something or many things that would get them their desired result just being themselves. You see, I'm myself. I keep doing the same thing every day. I'm no one but me. What makes me attractive to other people is just being me. And if certain people like these haters are not attracted to the real me, then we weren't meant to be friends, right? Or work together, right? You're not going to get along with everybody in life. But if you are who you are and you're consistent with who you truly are, you're going to end up attracting the right people that have similar interests as you do into your life. If you try to pretend to be something you're not, it's going to be one big shit show. That's all it's going to be. And that's exactly what happens with JB Gunner. He has so much turnover on his channels that he runs because when people figure out his game, they end up leaving him. It's a lot of turnover. I myself don't have a lot of turnover here, with the exception of when JB Gunner comes in here and somehow manipulates my people away from me. That's the only time I've lost people here, is when someone like JB Gunner, aka the master manipulator, comes in and poaches these people and gets them to believe that I'm something that I'm not, or threatens them and says, I'm going to come after you, I know your address, I'm going to dox you, I'm going to send pizzas to you, I'm going to do all this stuff to you if you don't leave Eli's channel. That's what these guys do. It's basically bullying, but the tactics of a bully are to manipulate you in a masterful way, to the point of where you scare these people and make them believe you're going to actually do what you're saying you're doing, when in essence you have no plan of doing that. In essence, it's an empty threat. But most people buy it because they don't know the game of a master manipulator. That's the bottom line. It's the bottom line. 31 in the box, 13 thumbs up, folks. I haven't mentioned this all stream, but I will mention it now. If you would like to make a donation to help further support this channel in a monetary way to help move it forward, you can make a donation any amount based on the value you feel you are receiving. Nightbot will be sharing my link, my PayPal link, every 6 minutes. PayPal.me/Coach Eli. You can also add a note within your PayPal donation of any length, and I'll read that note live on the air the next time I go live from the studio, which will more than likely be later tonight. If you do donate via PayPal, please make me aware in the chat so I can acknowledge you, because I cannot log into PayPal while I'm live on my iPhone mobile. If PayPal doesn't work, if you go to the bottom of the chat, you'll notice that $sign there. That's called the Super Chat and Super Sticker button there. You get that when you become monetized on YouTube. If you want to send a super sticker, you click the $sign, then select Super Sticker, and send a super sticker with an emoji that you're feeling, or you feel I'm feeling, or you want me to feel, and select your own predetermined amount. If you want to create your own amount and add your own note, select Super Chat, and then you can select the amount you want to send and add a note up to the amount of characters that it allows you. Now, what I've noticed they've done with Super Chat is that the larger your donation, they allow you to send more than the standard 200 characters. So I believe if you send a $500 Super Chat, I believe you can write a note up to 325 characters or 375 characters. In addition to that, the larger the Super Chat, the longer the time it stays highlighted at the top of the chat there. I'll wrap up by saying donations are not required, but they are greatly appreciated. And they have come in very handy to help reinvest, move this channel forward with some new equipment and other things as well. So thank you to all of you that have donated so far. You are right at I stand. What did I stand say? They got banned. I stand with Coach Eli, I think, as Blue Ball Brandon or a Sicily A10. And yeah, you could ban them, but Sandra, whoever's on a laptop or a desktop, can you look at that deleted message and put it in the chat? I don't know what was said. What did they say? Can you tell me what they said? I can't see it here on mobile. I cannot see deleted messages on mobile while I'm live. I can only see it when I'm live in the studio, because I'm actually on the web version of YouTube then. There was a cop in the parking lot, and another cop just passed by. Glad to see that the neighborhood is so constantly protected. It is. The cops are always here. That's why I tell any one of these trolls, if they want to come hang out with me at Red Morton Park, I'd be glad to introduce them to Redwood City Police. I see them all the time. When I used to do my walking streams, they would wave at me and they'd say hi at me. So yeah, they keep saying they're going to come meet me here. I thought one of these trolls, I think it was Mr. O, was going to meet me here on January 11th. Well, it's the 15th now. Did you miss your flight? What happened? Come on, man. What happened? Did you miss your flight? He said nothing bad. Well, what did he say? Just because somebody has zero content, if they say nothing bad, doesn't mean we should ban them. I want to know what they said so I can decide if we should unban them or not. I stand with Coach Eli. After you give into their demands, they will still continue to do it. What's wrong with that? That was not a bannable offense. That's just stating the facts. That's a good point. So why, moderators, was that channel banned? For making a pretty good point. Sometimes out here, and I think I know who it is anyway. I think it's Blue Ball Brandon or Sicily 10. But if they're not, making derogatory comments or trolling comments, don't ban them. Troll account channel, okay. If it's 100% a troll account channel, that's fine. No worries. LOL, you missed the flight. LOL. Team build with Tio. Well, listen, guys. All these bullies out here, these master manipulators on YouTube, because we've been stuck on that for a while, right? Because I'm a YouTuber, most of you are YouTubers, right? Or YouTube content consumers, so you're dealing with this, right? So this part of the topic makes sense. Okay? They keep saying that we're going to beat your ass, Eli. We're going to show up at Red Morton Park. And we're going to strangle you. We're going to wring your neck. Well, you keep telling me you're going to come, so where are you? And that's why I said you must have missed your flight. Because you're not here. And here's the thing. If my time comes, my time comes. It was meant to be. It was meant to be. I'm not going to sit here and worry about these losers that are insecure and weak-minded and their threats are empty. That's a bully's ammunition. A bully's ammunition is an empty threat that they want you to believe. And the reason why they don't like me is because I know their game. I know their threats are empty. They're scare tactics. And because most people don't understand this, which is why I talk about it a lot, their scare tactics work on most people, but when they don't work on someone like me, it makes them try to come harder at me. And then I start laughing at them even more. I'm like, when are you going to show up? JB Gunner, ODN. I said your name. You keep talking about me, I'll talk about you. I don't care. When you guys going to come hang out with me? And like I've said, let's go over here. Let's go over here. Okay? Let's take this way here. Oh, they took down the Christmas stuff. They took down the Christmas stuff at the park. That's cool. Well, it's January 15th. We're halfway through January already. You know where I'm going, folks. Those of you that have been watching my streams know where I'm going. I'm going to show these guys the future home of the kindness corner at the new playground. We're going to show them the kindness corner, right? We got to do this again because they love the kindness corner. They need to learn what kindness is. Love, peace, and positivity, right? You see that right there? That's the kindness corner right there. JB Gunner, ODN, any of these trolls, right? You see that? Whoops. Let's get up close and personal. And like I said in the past, I've showed in the past, the kindness corner is going to be out that way. It's going to be a massive, high-tech playground. They started working on it again. I think they took the holidays off. But if you see up top here, they're starting to make some progress. So yeah, they can come meet me at the kindness corner. Or stop running their mouths. I respect, if we're going to just talk about men here, if we're just going to talk about men here, I respect men that are a man of their word. If these men were a man of their word, they would have already been here strangling my neck and beating me up, right? We are at an hour and 4 minutes, folks. I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon. Does anyone have any other questions, folks? Let me know. I think I pretty much got the point across regarding this stream. Any other questions before we go off the air here? How many of you would love to see me do another show tonight? And if I do another show tonight, it's going to be probably for just an hour, depending on how it goes. Okay, so we got the trolls coming in saying, I went to the park and Eli begged me to not hurt him, so I left. Trim Hits came in here, just to remind you, Trim Hits, I'm looking forward to the day that you are incarcerated on February 4th. You'll be behind bars for a long time. And who knows, maybe somebody will pretend to be you. They'll impersonate your trolling tactics. But no one is as relentless and stupid as you, Trim. So enjoy it while you got it. You're a free bird for about another 3 weeks or so, and then you're going to go to jail for prescription fraud. It's a true story, folks. I'm not lying. Some of these trolls have done some real life shady things where they were in high professional positions, and because they did shady things, they lost their license and they lost their career. And so what happens after that? They have to come out here and resort to being a YouTube troll. Fabulous. The guy goes from being a doctor to being a YouTube troll. Wow, that's like night and day. Wow. Script fraud. Yep, that's what it is. Prescription fraud. Script fraud, same thing. You call it probably script fraud in your neck of the woods because you're in a different country. Out here, it's called prescription fraud. Keith Farrow, is he really scheduled for prison? It's true. Ask the people behind the scenes. The time he has free, this is what he's doing. Someone's going to troll his beehole in February. Yeah, they are. In jail, they are. Sandra, you know who I'm talking about. You heard about Trim Hits going to jail. What state is he in, and not mentally but physically? Are you talking about what state is he in? Well, you've heard him. He used to be on my channel under the sock account called Ronaldo Smith Jenkins. And he used to also have those soccer accounts called Jamie Has No Balls. It's Trim Hits. Trim Hits is also a man. I'm not going to mention his full name because that'll be a privacy concern. His first name is Robert. And he's actually harassed other people on this platform, including someone that I am in touch with behind the scenes that successfully got a protective order against him, a restraining order. So they know for a fact it's him. It's been verified that Ronaldo Smith Jenkins and Trim Hits are this Robert guy who used to be a former doctor and lost his license because he created prescription fraud. It's true. Ask anyone behind the scenes or anyone a part of the drama sphere community. I found him entertaining while he was here. Well, you found him entertaining because he was talking smack about Jamie Lycan Theory channel. Because we have our own thoughts about him as well, Sandra, right? But he lied to me because I had him moderated here for a while, and he wanted to connect with me on Hangouts, and he wanted to have a personal phone conversation, and he led me to believe that he was somebody he wasn't. He led me to believe that he was actually Ronaldo when in actuality I was talking to Trim Hits all along. AKA Robert blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to say his full name. Again, it'll create a privacy concern. I'm not going to do that, but that's who he is. Any other questions, folks, before I wrap this up? Let me know. So he knows how to pose for the cellmate? Yeah. Hey, Warrior. I think you know the people or someone you can actually ask that will verify that. Warrior, you know people that can verify my story regarding Trim Hits going to jail. Just put a simple yes, I get it, Eli, in the chat, so you know what I mean, right? I don't want to dox you, bro. I love you like a brother. You're a good dude. Yeah, you know the story, bro. And most of the people that have been here for a while know the story. Team Bill with Gio, wow, learn something every day. Lord have mercy. Yeah, you come in my neck of the woods and trust me, we'll have your back. This is what I tell people that connect with me. Not only will you get life coaching here, I'm going to help you folks out with your business and personal needs. When you get attacked by people out here on YouTube, I know how to handle it. And I'll protect you, and my community will protect you from these evil trolls. It's a win-win, folks. It doesn't get any better than that. We're the good guys over here. So we're going to help you grow your channel. If you're not monetized, we're going to help you get monetized like I am. Help you get your 4,000 public watch hours and your 1,000 subscribers. And then when you get attacked by trolls because you're growing and making something out of yourself and they're not, we're going to protect you from them. That's what we do over here. Gio, as long as you are here, you are safe, says Queen Helen Casey. You're right. She's right. I'm not trying to say I'm all that, but I've been dealing with this stuff for a while. And most people are not aware of the manipulative tactics of a master manipulator. They're not aware of how to spot them. That's where we come in and have your back. Oh, how sweet. Jamie's Corner 2.0 came in there. How you doing, Jamie's Corner? Long time no see. I see my moderators already banned you. Why do you even care to show up to make one comment knowing you're going to get banned? Do I trigger you that much, Jamie's Corner, because you're that insecure and weak-minded? You still have not moved on? You don't like my content. You don't like me. Like, why can't the people that don't like me just move on? But you have to sit here and troll me, right? In essence, you love me. You're infatuated by me. And you're helping my channel grow. I'm now at 2.6K subs. I have 2,600 subscribers now. I'm growing every day. Soon I'll be at 5,000, then 10,000. The more and more you folks talk about me, it's like free advertisement. Have you heard the phrase, publicity is publicity? Bad publicity is good publicity. All publicity is good, right? Because even if people hear something bad about you, they're going to want to naturally go and check it out for themselves. And when they come over here and see how good of a guy I am and how much I help people, they're going to be like, whoa, wow, why were those people talking smack about Eli? Why were they talking shit about Eli, right? Any questions, put on paper, then put in the trash. Why don't you email Eli 2.0? Sandra or anyone else, can you please tell me what Jamie's Corner wrote in the chat? I want to know. Can you copy and paste it? I'm going to address that, and then I'm going to go off the air. I'm gonna take one more lap, and then I'm going to go home, eat dinner, and then do a night stream. I'm gonna do a night stream for you folks, and hopefully by tonight I'll have some good news. I'm waiting on some good news. I'm waiting to get an email back from somebody with some good news, and the moment I get that, I'm gonna announce it. Hopefully I'll have that email before I go live tonight. If not, I'll talk about it tomorrow. Eli, have you ever considered writing a book on internet trolling and harassment? I don't know if a book would work, but I think maybe doing a featured film on it. The problem is, here's the problem with that, Keith, is nowadays with the digital world, if you make it, people can steal it and duplicate it. And what would happen is my trolls on the other side, they would one of them would probably buy it or get it somehow, and then they would give it to everyone for free. So it's almost not even worth my time doing it. So, I'm finding more creative ways to monetize my content. Why do you think I put ads every 5 to 10 minutes sometimes on most of my replay streams? Because these people that use my streams to talk about them, to do reaction videos to them, they're going to have to go through an ad every 5 or 10 minutes. And if they review my whole 1 or 2 hour stream, they're going to be clicking on 10 different ads. 10 ads for one unique viewer is pretty good. It's going to tremendously increase my ad revenue that I get paid from YouTube. So I get what you're saying, Keith. If I can find a way to prevent piracy, especially through these guys, like, look, if I wrote a book like that or did a video like that, JB Gunner would find a way to steal it and he would distribute it to everyone behind the scenes. That's what he would do. Because he does not want me to be successful because he's jealous and insecure of me. That's the bottom line. So yeah, but we'll see what happens, man. Oh, that's a great point. I never thought of that. Well, that's why I'm here, bro. I like to make people aware of points that aren't really clear and apparent to the average person. No, I'm not saying I'm any better than you. I'm just saying that I've experienced all these things. So, and I've put a lot of time and effort into things to the point of where people have stolen my shit before and it affects you. And then it's a waste of time doing the job in the first place. We've still got 30 in the box right now, 13 thumbs up. She wants to come on your panel. Who wants to come on my panel? Can you say that again, Sandra? Were you saying that Jamie's Corner 2.0 wants to come on my panel? I'm not sure what you're saying. Let me take off my shades. It's starting to get a little bit... Sun's starting to go down. Yeah, 2.0 does. Why does she want to come on? Can you copy and paste the entire message she put? Or did she just state, I want to come on your panel? Well, if she wants to come on my panel now, there's no way it can happen because I'm running a mobile stream. That's all she said. Well, here's the thing, Jamie's Corner 2.0. If you want to email me at Coach Eli at coacheli@melas.com and tell me a little bit more about what you're looking to accomplish, maybe I'll set something up. But here's the thing. This is what I'm going to do. Anytime that I do a show with these people, I'm going to do it on a Grip on Life 2 uncensored live streams, my backup channel. Nightbot's sharing the link to a Grip on Life 2 every 6 minutes. If you haven't subscribed to that channel, do it as well, because I'm going to do it on that channel for 2 reasons. Number one, these people are going to talk a lot of smack that's going to get my videos demonetized, and I don't want to risk my channel getting a community guideline strike on their behalf. And number two, I don't want to give these people any notoriety on my larger channel. So if you are okay with those terms, Jamie's Corner or anyone else, I'd be happy to speak with you on a Grip on Life 2 uncensored live streams, not on this channel. Nope. Not going to happen. Plus, these people are trying to get on my panel because they want to show a copyrighted image and try to flag me for copyright for their avatar. Like, these people are trying to get to me any way they can, and it's not working. So, hey, if we do it on the Grip on Life 2 and they pull it there, at least it won't take my main channel down. I'm being a lot smarter about these things. So if we're cool with that, Jamie's Corner 2.0, if you want to come at me and talk with me one-on-one on my secondary channel with under 200 subscribers, then let's go. Email me, Coach Eli at coach@eliasmelas.com. It's all good. Any other questions, folks? We've been on for 1 hour and 19 minutes. Keith Farrell, give up rally, shaking my head. Eli never doxed you or your wife, but someone else has. Your loyalty is misdirected. I'm not even going to talk about that guy. He tried to email me to unban him here, and I'm not going to. Move on, Raleigh. I'm done. You're a part of the drama sphere. It's over. If you keep emailing me, I will block your emails on my business email server. Move on, man. You're not being sincere, dude. Raleigh's just trying to get me to feed into the drama, and I'm not. This is a drama-free zone. He just came in on a troll account. Of course he did. That's fine. Keep giving me those monetized playbacks. It's all good. Every time they come in on a different account, they see another ad. By the way, how many of you saw an ad when you came in today? If you saw an ad, press 1. If you saw an ad, press 1 in the chat. Let me know. I'm going to walk around this part one more time, and then I'm going to wrap it up. Keith Farrell saw an ad, so did Sandra. Queen Helen got an ad. Warrior got an ad. Good for you, Eli. Ignore these trolls. Of course, man. The funny thing is, I'll occasionally talk about them and laugh at them. That's all I'm doing. But I'm not giving them what they want. They want to come to my panels. Like, even Susie Q wanted to come to my panel. I'm not going to do it. I changed my mind. It's not worth it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to give them what they want. They've got nothing to bring to the table, so why should I bring them on my platform, right? Any final questions, folks? I'm walking back towards my car. Another minute or two, and I'm going to go off the air. They seem to have more to gain than you. Of course they have more to gain than me. Why would they waste the amount of time they waste on me if they didn't have shit to take from me, right? So why am I going to give them what they want? They haven't earned it, and they've got nothing to bring to the table on their end. So it's just not worth it. It's got to be a two-way street with me. If it's not a two-way street with me, it doesn't work. I'm out. Peace out. What time later, Eli? Sandra, we're looking at either 10 or 10:30 p.m. Eastern. 10 or 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7 or 7:30 p.m. Pacific. I'll be on for 1 to 2 hours max at that time. So, folks, I'm going to go off the air. I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you to all the moderators in the chat for doing a great job moderating again. In the past, have you ever done a walking stream and it started to rain? Yes, but not that hard. If it rains pretty hard, I'll hit shelter. There's a lot of shelter I can hit alongside. As I'm going around the park, there are a lot of buildings that I can just pull over and get under an overhang, and I'll be good. So yes, I've taken all that into consideration, and very rarely has it rained. I check the weather report before I do these live streams. But yes, thank you to all the moderators in the chat. Thank you to all the consumers of content. We'll see you all in a few hours on this same channel here, my main channel, Grip on Life, at 10 or 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7 or 7:30 p.m. Pacific. I'll have that event up within an hour or so once I get back to my place. Have a good one. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.